Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over my stock picks for the week of March 7th through the 11th. Before we do, just to reiterate, not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research. Also, if you find value in the video, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy our content, and hit the notification bell. That way YouTube will let you know every time we release new content. So other than that, guys, let's dive right on into it. All right, guys, before we get too far into my picks, my bad about not posting this sooner. Had kind of got off to a late start for the week, but wanted to update everybody on the current market conditions and kind of what I think we could look for this week. And before we do that, we're going to talk about a recap of last week's picks, which were Triple E and F, Tellurian, TELL, and Planet 13. Also on the watch list was CEI and Znog. All right, guys, so we're looking at Triple E last week. As you saw, we had a little spike in the price, and now we're kind of dipping down. We did have that cup and handle pattern set up quite nice. I thought we were going to hit at least 4 cents. We got pretty close, but didn't quite get there. It's one to keep an eye on this week still. Tellurian, however the heck you say this thing, got all the way into the 4s before falling back down into the 3s. Now we're back up into the 4s again this week. And then Planet 13 was kind of a dud pick. Not much happening on that aspect of it there. So CEI actually is rolling. I mean, this was one that I talked about last week, saying to keep an eye on. And then it closed at about, let's see, about 78 cents. Started moving later in the day from like 56 all the way to 78 cents. And now we're up to $1.20. So this had a massive spike. And you could have doubled, maybe tripled your money if you got in early enough. So don't be afraid to take some profits on those there. Znog, we talked about that one. The charts for this one looks actually pretty healthy. We're just steadily climbing up. Nothing too fast, just kind of slow and steady. And I had a high of 18 cents. We're currently trading at 17. But this is another one to kind of keep an eye on as things progress over the next month or so. All right, guys, so my picks for the week of March 7th through the 11th is Uvxy. This market is currently a bloodbath, and it's obviously Uvxy is already kind of spiking up now, but if this continues, I think that we can see a lot more volatility. Although the VIX is pretty high, to roughly about 35 right now, you could possibly make some money on this particular ETF. Just be careful with it. Tesla, it's getting beat down. I think we're going to find a bottom eventually and kind of push back up. And I'm going to show you the pattern that I think that's forming that you can make a decent percentage on for a swing play. And CLNE is also had a nice spike up, but I think that one's going to, again, it may pull back, but it looks like it may be kind of a healthier pullback to where it can bounce back up and see a higher high and break through some resistance levels. Currently on the watch list, Triple E and F, we're waiting on confirmation that they spudded their second well. And then, of course, Znog, we're kind of keeping an eye on that, and it's slowly but surely kind of moving up. A lot of people are saying, like, well, why aren't these stocks moving because of oil prices, yada, yada, yada. Well, for one, Znog is an oil exploration company. It doesn't have any natural gas or oil yet, and no revenue. So there you go. And plus, they're on the OTC market, so you're not going to get as much buying power as you would as if you were on the NASDAQ, the NASDAQ, the S&P, or the Dow Jones, which those things are getting beat up anyway. Those major indexes, the only thing really green probably are energy companies, but it doesn't mean these are going to be overlooked, right? So it's actually, again, something to keep an eye on, because if these things have some type of announcements of like I said, Triple E announces that they spudded that second well. They've already found oil. They know that they have it, and once they start their second well, I think that's going to send the price up. And then Znog just has to announce the testing results in order for us to get some type of massive move to the upside. So that's my picks for the week in my watch list. Let's take a look at the charts and let's see what they're telling us. All right, guys, so looking at Uvxy, we are at a critical level right here for Uvxy and the markets overall in general, because we are, you see it's close to overvalued, which typically sees that you're going to see some type of pullback, and this thing typically decays over time, but One thing that's concerning to me is we keep bouncing off of this $17 mark, and we're kind of finding some support here, and we're trading above that red SMA line. So the more volatility and the more selling off in the markets, this thing's going to continue to fly. And we have a resistance of 2167. So if we get past that, you could see it pop all the way up to about 25 bucks before it's starting to settle down. But again, we're going to have to see some, something give in the markets. It won't just settle down by itself. As much volatility and selling pressure as we have right now, this thing should continue to move up throughout the week. Tesla is the next one here. So we're currently at 835. We do have a sell signal, which we got as high as about 870 this morning, but we're kind of shaping up to do some type of W-shaped pattern here, to where we could bounce off of the 800 or even the 730 level, which is kind of crazy. As you see here, let me change the color of this so you can actually see it. We bounced off of here and we pushed up. I think that if we get some more selling pressure, we could fall back down here, and then that would make for an interesting buy, to where you can push, it can push the price back up above, 830, 840, maybe even 850. But we got to get above, we definitely got to get above 850 and hold there in order for us to confirm some type of reversal. We got to get above 900 typically, and basically hold there in order for us to confirm a longer term reversal and move back to the upside. And last but not least, CLNE. And this thing here, we did get a good buy signal and a run up, had a small pullback, found some support, and now we're about to cross over from bearish to bullish. And if we can get above 774 and pop up to like $8 and then find support at about 774, 775, this thing could roll over the next couple of weeks and find that level of maybe $10 or so. But this would probably be a longer term swing. This doesn't just fly overnight. This is one that kind of slow and steady starts either decreasing or increasing. But I've swung this one several times, and it's a really good company, but it's one to kind of keep an eye on. So that's what my picks are. We can take a look quickly at the other two companies that are on the watch list, which is Znog and Triple E. Triple E, we did get our red Doge candle here. We're fighting back and forth to see if we're going to stay here. We may just kind of stall out here and wait for PR and see if it comes out. If it comes out, it'll obviously move higher. If we don't get anything by the end of the week, I see it falling down to roughly about this level here, right above 3 cents, before making its move back to the upside. And lastly, we'll take a look at, of course, Znog, which is roughly at about 17 cents currently. We did have a buy signal a couple of minutes ago, and now that so picking up volume slightly, we do need to get above 17 and actually hold there. If we can get really above 21 cents and hold support here, would be a great sign. But it'd be a little discouraging if we got rejected here again. As you see, we got rejected once, twice, 3 times, so it would be nice if we can get a little bit more buying pressure and push it up above that red SMA line here and bust above that 21.5 cent mark. For sure would be encouraging for investors. So all right guys, so that's all I got for you in this video. Let me know your thoughts below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.